with a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I put in 10, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But it 10, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Mike 29. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check 37.
Touch Misty, touch Misty.
Ball trot.
Go.
Mike 29. And watch the leg.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Check it back.
Friday.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And he finds Penny. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 43.
Good job right there.
Mike 29.
Go. down, 4 down, 4 down.
29 is Mike. Mike 29.
Good touch.
Wilson will throw again. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's a second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Throwing again on second down. Wilson forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. Echo. Get that ball. Get that.
Hey, 0.
Mike 29.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You better bring it.
14, got it.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. Let's go, D.
Now Wilson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up third down and 7.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down.
36 power.
Check three. 47's the Mike, boy. 47.
Front left.
Wilson completes it to Dixon. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line.
Check 56. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Kill.
40.
Check hot route. Hot. Check.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Wilson buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
On 2nd down, Kamara takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Ready? 5-9. We go 21. Hey, easy.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. 29 is the money.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
13 yards on the play.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. and they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is.
He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of 2 there. Second down. On 2nd and 12. Breeze. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now, Breeze again. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
We play switch. Let's go.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
The 29-yard line.
So we have reached half, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Ready? 5-1. You ready?
Check tight. Check tight.
49, guys. Mike.
Hey, echo. We own this. We own this. My tight. My tight.
On second and a couple. Breeze. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down, Saints.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Ready. Yellow weighty. Yellow weighty.
Record. Slam.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Kill. Hey, kill.
Again, it's Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
That's it. Big hit.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
To throw, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Ready.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Now Breeze. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. Second and 7 forthcoming. Demario Davis there on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got the artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Being chased out left, and it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
29 is the mic.
On third down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3-and-out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Agnew now to return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
A 6-yard pickup.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze sliding out of the pocket. That's to his running back, it's Alvin Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Set, 95-56. I'm coming.
Caught on the left side by Ginn. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
39-yard line.
Here we go. 49, guys. Mike, 49. If you don't get me, boy, you think he's not?
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. It finds Latavius Murray. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
And the Saints first down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route, because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop. What spot?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. Throwing on second and long. Brees. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
36. Hey, exit.
Brees going to try and throw on third down. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right, and you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Go.
I got motion.
Now on second and 13. Wilson. That's caught by Penny. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it third down and 10. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 14 to 10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. That one going to be complete to David Moore. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete here.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Check. Switch it. One left. Hey, alert. Over. Check Mike 21.
Back to throw. And this is caught. He hits Moore. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
I'll go special. Mike 21. Gun. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Now Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. You kill. Hey, Delta, easy.
Play action. Breeze. Right side complete. That's Woods. 27 yards there, a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Sammy! I'm coming after you! Hey, watch that! Check Mike 54! Mike 54!
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. And that is incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Mike, you're waiting. Watch QB drop. Level. Bravo. Mike 54. It's going to be a fun.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They still need one completion for field goal range.
And just think about what they're going over in the huddle right now. Make the catch, get out of bounds. That's going to be tough to do. So make the catch, get up to the line of scrimmage, and clock it to have one last shot.
You tighten up. Hey, Alpha.
Now Breeze. Got some real estate inside the 30. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 44 yards away. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move